Good morning. International break begins. This would have been the match of interest yesterday, Vitesse and Den Bosch. Both teams to score, I said, and goals before half-time. Marrying the fact it's the Eerste Divisie, a goals league, and you should have been quite comfortable there if you played. 20-minute delay. Off you go. So a very readable match for the neutral player. This is going to be a quick video today because there's not much to talk about. EFL Trophy. First port of call with this will be, for me, if I am going to play, might not play, odds-on favourites. It's very questionable, some of the attitude of some of these teams to this competition. Some familiar names. Cardiff in the League One, trying to get back up to the Championship. But I would note, I've seen this in the past, whenever under-21s are playing a league side, the under-21s don't tend to deliver. So those could be trustworthy this evening if that pattern continues. For you 2.5 goal merchants, it's the first port of call. Just have a look at the odds. 1.3 or 1.6 or lower. They're going to be 1.3 in this league. There we go, 1.26. So it's not an outcome you can back with any value at the off. You have to be a bit creative. And as I alluded to with Vitesse Arnhem, if you can wait the first 20 minutes, at least the 2.5 goal odds will start becoming reasonable. With that kind of expectation, I would be happy backing at 1.6 if we can get from 1.3 to 1.6 and wait for the first goal and then decide whether to cash out. I'll be looking at 2.5 goals this international break, writing about some of the ideas. Champions League women, the only problem with this would be a liquidity issue. If there is going to be a liquidity issue, it might attract the betfair traders because of the lack of decent football or quality football. Up to you if you play the ladies. I don't tend to play the ladies game. If I were to play the ladies game, it would be neutral. I don't think I could trust the sides. And the neutrals are available. That's suggesting Barcelona ladies should be scoring 3 or 4 goals. Similar story there, and there especially. Hint of goals before half-time as well. If you just take your cues from the market, you might get something out of this. So that's it for today. Very quiet. Wednesday, it's going to be a similar story, but the Africans are coming back. It is a World Cup qualifier. It's been a difficult... the African football has been very difficult to trust. So I would be very cautious. They don't tend to deliver the expected goals as well for these kind of odds. So I would be very cautious with that. It's Thursday when things get busy. We've got the European World Cup qualifiers, so plenty for us to work with there. We've also got usage of the FIFA World Rankings, which I think will be something you should get to know. Let's see if we can find them. FIFA World Rankings. So this will be a website which will be useful to you during the international break. It's not league football, of course, is it? So if it's not league football, we need another gauge to test the quality of the sides. First gauge will be the odds. Huge differences, of course, with some matches. The other gauge will be the FIFA World Rankings. You work your way down to UEFA and you can get a clear indication, particularly in these tighter matches. 2.9, 2.5, Czech Republic and Croatia. So they're 39th against 9th. So that gives you a gauge despite the market not reflecting that Croatia are a top 9 side. Do please read these previews as well. They're completely free. The best thing about these previews is they provide some hot stats, or a stats section. Hot stats and streaks. That's what I like about this. 5 of Finland's last 6 wins were by 1 goal. So that's an interesting angle. It could suggest they're layable if they lead. Or is their opponent a little weaker? Finland have not scored more than twice in any of their last 17. So that backs up the first angle. 7 of Lithuania's last 11 games, so both teams score and over 2.5 goals. So that suggests 2 goals today from Finland. So that's in stark contrast, isn't it? But these hot stats and streaks are available to you for all of the World Cup qualifiers, and I'd recommend you read them. Tennis today, does that offer us an angle in? Well, we're coming to the Asian section. Novak Djokovic, big names in Shanghai. But I would prefer to stick with football myself at the moment. I'm far better at football than I am at tennis. Tennis has to be relearnt. I know more about football teams than I do about the recent form of these players. So it's a big gap in knowledge, but it's there to be traded if you can get a trading angle in and you can find value. That's what it's all about. For example, here, Fernandez has won the first set against 1.5 favourite Naomi Osaka. It's on serve, so there's a potential there to lay Fernandez on her service games, particularly because she has to hold. Will Osaka win? Will Osaka win the second set to stay in the match? That's the question. Like this one here, she's in a spot of bother, about to lose the match. This is where I would get in and lay. I would lay Zakharova with match point because Kenin has to wriggle her way out to 5-5, try to win the second set. So there are angles in the tennis. But for me, I don't see it as a strategy. It's a logical trading angle, isn't it? You've got pre-match odds. You can do a little bit of research via the ATP rankings, and you can do it all from this website. So it's a very tight match, really, with the rankings. She's going the wrong way. She used to be world number 1. And you can look at the recent form, particularly on hard courts, which is what this has. So it's rather like the football, looking at the home form for the home team and the away form for the away team. Hard court form. She might just excel on hard court. You don't know. Or you can see that if she loses, she does win a set. That's occurred in all of her hard courts. So that's an angle in here now to see whether Naomi Osaka, who looks like she's going to break. Is she on serve? No, it's her serve. So it looks like she's going to break. So tennis does have its angles, but it's not something I can really write down, is it? It's just using your common sense. You've got the pre-match odds. Check the rankings. You can even check the in-play stats if you want. Now, if you can find out how to read these in-play stats as well as I can read the football stats, then we can be making some decent money. I don't know what I'm looking for. What's the standout stat I'm looking for? Tends to be around service games, doesn't it? And break points. If she's been generating break points and she's a set down, so she might be able to generate some more break points and get herself back into the match. And with tennis, I think the profits are a little smaller. For me, you have to lock it in quicker because this is a mano v mano, 1v1, and you could just suddenly see a player switch on. It is a largely mental game. That's why Osaka has been struggling. So tennis is there, but it's going to be a quiet week to the quiet period now to the 19th for me. Keep your powder dry. Be making some very good profits. I don't want to spoil them by trading unreadable European fixtures and EFL trophies. Have a great day. I might see members a bit later on, but probably not. And I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow.